Hello, this is Jen. Welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video reading the next couple of chapters, chapters 15 and 16 of Clockwork Chronicles Defender. Of course, if you haven't read the other parts, I would forewarn you that there will be spoilers. Of course, you're staring at one right now. So, I mean, if you don't care, then by all means, there is a link in the description where you can find the whole playlist. And you can listen to that if you want. Watch that if you want. That's fine. And if you do like this kind of content, and you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. Because I do more hermit-related stuff, not just fan fiction. I am in the process of, as of recording this, on Sunday the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, to do YouTuber-inspired projects. Like I did for Gem and Impulse and Tango for their million subscriber stuff. I didn't do it for that. I was planning to, but I decided not to. But I could still build a pattern or something cool for them, like for the Hermits, while we wait for the next season. Of course, the videos might be going out as the season 10 happens, but of course, you never know. Because I've heard some talks about when people might think it might happen, and I'm like, just gonna do what I do, and do what I want to do, and have some fun. Have some fun with it. Yeah, really. That's really my plan here. I'm just gonna have some fun, see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna build the stuff on my iPad or my phone. Phone might be better, because, never mind, like, I'm still thinking about it, but, like, it would be interesting, because, like, I want to get better at YouTube Create, and I edited one video of that, but I'm getting sidetracked. We probably should get right into this. Some people have already clicked away. I'm sorry, chapter 15, let's go. Liam landed beside Green in front of the portal. A few minutes later, Gem and Pearl not far behind. The woods around them were still and quiet, as if nature was holding its breath. Liam cautiously scanned his surroundings, trying to make out any potential sign of trouble. He said nothing as Pearl stepped next to the portal, putting in some coordinates. "What are the chances Stuart's expecting us?" Green asked, breaking the silence. "That this isn't some sort of trap." "How could he know? The man who alerted him has been taken care of." Gem brushed a fallen leaf off his shoulder. "Either Julius or the building itself." Liam swallowed, seeing a sad look across her expression. "I'm sorry about what happened to the base." Gem shook her head. "A base can be rebuilt. At least most of us got out all right. Most of us." The words echoed in the boy's mind, thinking of Kate, seeing his items scattered around the crumbling floor. From what he gathered from Haley, the man's last moments were making sure she had taken cover. She hadn't even heard a scream among the explosion, ripping apart the ceiling and the walls around her. Even the table she'd been hiding under had smashed, which knocked her out. "How many months have we spent making that fortress?" Pearl asked curiously with a grin. "Just means we have a chance to make it better." Liam nodded, seeing the hermit take a step back from the portal, gesturing toward it invitingly. Liam looked over toward Gem and Marianne, raising an eyebrow. "Are you ready to go? Are we all ready to go?" "We don't know what we'll be facing on the other side," Brian sighed, letting his shoulders fall. The hermit took the boy's hand, squeezing him firmly. "I trust you." "I do too." Gem beamed, her green eyes bright, twinkling in the sunlight. "I didn't mean for that, right?" "Ditto," Pearl replied, putting a hand on the side of the portal. "So we hold hands?" "It's the safest way we can ensure we don't get separated," Liam stated. "Tried and tested." "Of course." Pearl nodded, going over to Gem's side, taking her hand. Her teal eyes met her friend's. "You don't feel anything?" "A heavy sense of dread," Gem admitted, looking down at her feet. "I already told you, I'm not as good at this as the others." "Green?" Pearl raised an eyebrow. glancing over at the hermit. We need to get there soon, regardless if Stuart knows we're coming or not. Green lifted his chin. Time is not on our side. Then let's see if we can beat the clock. Come on. Pearl's eyes flashed with fury determination, pulling Jem toward the portal. Liam followed, making sure Green didn't let go of his hand. It would only be until they got through to the other side. Pearl took his other hand. Moments later, as the four of them slipped into the portal, stepping out into a wild taiga with tall spruce trees. Liam could smell pine needles and a hint of moss as he looked around. Is that Potzel? Liam looked down at his feet, seeing the dark brown earth speckled with pebbles, minerals. It's not an easy material to get, Green confirmed, letting go of Liam's hand. Hermit's eyes swerved about as if he expected something to happen. It's beautiful, Liam commented, spotting the clear blue sky ahead. He squinted, wondering if he'd be able to see smoke from here. He hadn't seen or smelled anything yet, nor had he heard any helicopters. Why would I? He thought. The rotors were silent on the ones that attacked us. We need to be careful, Jem warned, straightening her eyes on alert. Yeesh. Green, you can find your friends along that path. She pointed toward the left, where some bushes and branches had been parted. As both villages are under ambush, it might be smart to split up and help anyone we can. Are you sure? Green asked nervously. You won't have a protector with you. We've been through some rough spots before. Pearl shrugged. Plus, be careful. Stuart can't have enough focus on to be entirely thorough with two towns so close to each other. If I see Stuart, I'm giving him a piece of my mind, Jem said firmly, punching a fist into her palm, smiling, hopefully agreed. For all we know, we'll have backup, especially if Tony's here his word. Okay. Excitement filled Korean's eyes, puffing out his chest with confidence as he looked over at Liam. You meet back around here in a half an hour? Sure, Pearl agreed with a smile. Or we'll find you, depending on how many are injured. Stay safe. Green met her gaze. We will if you will, Jem said simply, grabbing Pearl by the arm. Come on, we need to see what we can do to help. Pearl nodded as the two of them disappeared down the right path into the trees. Liam and Green stood there for a long moment before the boy gestured for the hermit to follow. Are you sure you're feeling okay? Going through 2 portals within a week? Green asked curiously. I'm mostly recovered, is it? Liam assured him, jogging down the path, Green keeping his pace beside him. He patted his pocket matter-of-factly. I've got stuff in case we need it. How much stuff? Green smiled, his dark eyes full of curiosity and intrigue. Oh, what you typically need for a battle? Armor, potions, weapons. Liam mused, hearing pine snapping underneath each of their steps. I like to keep my options ready. Needles, pine cones, you know. There are no pine cones in Minecraft. Shame. Right, of course. Green nodded, keeping his gaze ahead. Sometimes you don't have to win with a weapon. You mentioned that, right? The kids definitely heard that lesson at least a couple of times. Liam chuckled. After Sam and Brian's running with Mr. A's men, I had to be cautious and help the kids prepare when moments like that happen, especially after they return back home. Sad look filled the hermit's face. Green just turned his gaze toward him. I'm sure your dad would be proud of what you're doing. He wanted us to follow our hearts, even though he didn't agree where that led. Liam sighed. He had to let us go. It was safer that way. It's not fair, Campbell did. Green admitted. If you really wanted to see change, sure than doing a good job at it. Liam snorted. Yeah. In turn, it only makes us more determined, not less, to stop them. Exactly, Green beamed, his smile faltering. I'm not going to let Campbell send any more assassins to hurt me or anyone I care about, if I can help it. Neither will I, Liam agreed, nearly stumbling when he heard an explosion ahead. Look! Green gasped. His eyes widened as he pointed at the sky. Liam squinted. Sure enough, seeing a silver helicopter with a blue clock painted on its side. Liam could smell a hint of gunpowder. He saw glowing explosives and fire arrows flying down to the earth below the machine. "Do you have a crossbow and rocket handy?" Liam asked, curiously at the hermit. A nervous smile formed on the hermit's face as he pulled out his gas blaster. "I have something much better." Green lifted the blaster, aiming it at the machine, and fired. The fireball launched through the air, hurtling toward the machine, its bright light nearly blinding the boy as Liam looked away. A loud explosion rang in his ears. A moment later, he covered his eyes to shield himself from the flash of light that followed. That was... Whoa! Liam barely made out a whisper as he opened his eyes, seeing the disintegrating remains of the helicopter disappear behind the trees. "Stop putting those things!" Korean laughed. "I don't know. I can't wait to tell him. He'll be over the moon." Liam chuckled, starting to run faster now. "Come on. Stuart wouldn't just have a helicopter to attack them. There will be foot soldiers." "Right," Korean recomposed himself, returning to a more serious expression. He took a slow, deep breath. "I think I can sense a hint of fear. Panic. Not for long," Liam mused, his eyes ahead as the smell of gunpowder grew stronger, blinking as he saw an orange glow through the trees. "Fire! They set it all on fire!" Green gasped, quickening his pace as Liam did the same, seeing shadowy figures in front of the golden flames, lighting buildings ablaze. "Gran, wait!" Liam caught up to the hermit, grabbing him by the arm before he dashed out into the open. The hermit turned away from the angry, hungry flame, panic in his expression. Liam handed the hermit a potion, putting it in his hand. "This should help." Light pierced through the hermit's dark eyes. "You have a splash variant?" "As a matter of fact, I do." Liam smirked, setting down a shulker box, opening it as he handed the hermit a splash potion of strength, fire resistance, and green jet. He even gave the hermit a diamond boots and leggings. "Will this work?" "Yes." Green's eyes widened quickly, stashing away the potions, putting on the armor before embracing the boy. "You won't be far?" "I'll keep the soldiers distracted." Liam whispered. "You put on the armor and then he went invisible. That'll..." I mean, that's been on it. Oi. Oh no, that's... There we go. Dashing away the potions and armor before embracing the boy. "You won't be far?" "I'll keep the soldiers distracted," Liam whispered into his friend's ear. "Just shout if you need me. I feel like I'm always going to need you, Liam," Green muttered, pulling away with a wide smile. "This is the unfortunate reality we live in." Liam chuckled, gesturing to the blaze. "Just be careful, okay?" A scream pierced the air as Green flinched, nodding. There was less amount of panic in his eyes. More of determination. "I'll be out before you know it, I promise." "I believe you." Liam put a hand on the hermit's shoulder. "I trust you can do it. As much as I want to go in there and help you, it's not safe for me. You're stronger and capable." Green smiled and nodded. "I won't let you down." He dashed toward the burning tower as Liam turned, seeing the soldier trying to push the individuals back into a main building in the middle of the town. Liam pulled out a sword and charged shortly behind his friend. Chapter 16. "Hey!" Liam shouted once Green had taken an invisibility potion, disappearing apart from the bubbles of the boy could faintly see. "What's going on here?" "Wouldn't you like to know?" One of the men turned snarkily. His eyes widened when he saw the boy. "Wait, are you one of the James brothers?" "And what if I am?" Liam slowed to a stop, tightening his grip on his sword. "Sam sent me here as soon as he heard there was trouble." The soldier laughed, turning to one of his friends. "You hear that? The older brother is sending him on an errand to stop us." The second guard snorted with amusement. "I I'd expect to see more trouble than one boy. Yeah, where's your friends? Surely you didn't come alone, did you? The first man taunted, extending his sword, stepping forward. Liam noticed a hint of bubbles slip past the man, both pale gray and orange. The boy held back a smile. Oh, they're around. Liam shrugged, nonchalantly, gesturing to the trees behind him. I don't think I need much help, though. Do you now? The second man sneered. I'm sure Stuart would be delighted to see you again. Missed you. I'm sure he does, Liam said, feeling a sour taste in his mouth. I don't miss him too much, though. That's a shame. You're quite useful, the second man sneered. Maybe we should bring you right to him. We need to make sure the prisoners don't escape, the third man warned. We've already lost the helicopter. Oh, that? Liam smirked. That was easy to take down. Seriously, did you really think that was going to work? No one saw it coming, the first man sniggered. Not until we were right on top of them. They were even having a meeting as well. Something about exchanging resources with the other village. Some of the people from the other village were here? Liam frowned. Not anymore, the man cackled, gesturing to the burning building. If the explosion didn't kill him, the smoke sure will. YouTubers are tougher than you think, Liam pointed out, taking a step forward. He noticed movement behind the men. The three of them were now distracted. How many men do you have here? About 6 per ambush, the first man shrugged. 2 of our guys went to check on the buddy in the helicopter. Such a shame. Liam shook his head. Not sure he could have made it out of something like that. No, I suppose not, but why would you care? The man shrugged his eyebrow. We're your enemies. Life is valuable. Liam lifted his chin. Everyone has a right to live, and to choose. Some choices will benefit, while others harm. YouTubers? The second man scoffed. They destroyed our homes, burned our villages, took our people. Aren't you doing it? Liam gestured to the burnt buildings. It's called getting what you deserve, the second man sneered. These people never destroyed towns, burned down homes, or took people against their will, Liam pointed out. There's no justice being had here. There is to Campbell, the third man said triumphantly, stepping closer to the boy. He wants to make sure your aunt pays for everything she's taken from him. But destroying innocent people? Liam raised an eyebrow, noticing Green slipping through the charred doorway, dragging someone outside. Liam wasn't quite sure who it was through the haze, but he didn't have time to look. By ruining the lives of the next generation, is this what you want to give your children? My children are dead. No thanks to those YouTubers. The second man scowled, steadying his sword as well. Campbell knows what he's doing. This will end the war, once and for all. Will it? Liam raised an eyebrow again, as another figure slipped out of the fiery haze toward where Green was resting, a figure on the grass several feet away. The man was tall and burly, carrying 2 bodies over each shoulder. Or will he only make things worse for everyone? It's the YouTubers now who are saving your people because of what Campbell is doing. Seems to me the tides have shifted. Sure it has, the man snickered, stepping over even closer to the boy. Liam could see Green helping the tall man with his load as the man stumbled to his knees. So much help you are, talking without one nose inside or crushed by burning rubble. Liam smiled, shaking his head. Just as he heard a shout from behind, the men froze, their eyes growing wide as Liam stood taller. Liam, Green, we're here to help. Sean's voice called from behind. Good, there's more people inside. Green shouted back, the hermit helping the tall man lay down on the grass. You tricked us, the first man snarled, lunging at the boy. Liam was ready for him, though, blocking the attack. You're biding time. You think so? Liam smirked as someone came to his side, their sword raised. Liam glanced over, seeing a tall, muscular man with piercing ocean blue eyes. Pearl stood at Liam's other side. Go tend to the injured, Pearl assured him calmly. Tony's coming with even more backup. Excellent, the boy grinned, taking a step back as he lifted his hands as 2 more figures stepped in front of him. Good luck! Yeah, we'll beat your men we beat yeah, we beat your men senseless, the blue-eyed man declared. They didn't see it coming. What? How? The third soldier's eyes widened. Pearl and Gem were the tide we needed, another man replied. He had fiery orange hair and similar piercing blue eyes. Pearl grinned happily. You really should do a better job of making sure your helicopter is blast resistant. Making your helicopters blast resistant. First man scowled at the YouTubers. You may outnumber us, but you won't stop us. Let's see about that, a familiar voice said beside Pearl and the orange-haired YouTuber. Liam couldn't help but smile. He only seen the man a few times before, seeing as he'd gone to reconcile with his girlfriend, Lizzie, a few months prior. That is a short story, by the way. Some of these references that I've made in the last couple of episodes are in short stories. Like, find it in the playlist on my channel. You can find it, because, I put it on the main homepage. With all the Clockwork Chronicles stuff, so, yeah. It's the stuff that I mainly do, because I want to. There's Hermitcraft, there's Lovely World, and I guess you can guess who these guys are. Knowing the YouTubers had it under control, Liam turned to where Green was tending to the others. Jem was helping someone sit down near the broom, pulling out her redstone box. Medical box. Why medical box? Liam saw a few other people charging into the blaze as an attempt to rescue more people. Mind if I lend a hand? Liam offered, approaching the group. Jem looked up and smiled, nodding over at the others on the ground next to Grant. We could definitely use one if you could spare it. I'd be happy to, Liam grinned, hearing the clash of metal on metal behind him as he knelt beside Grian, recognizing the 4 people that had made it through. He could see Grian tending to stab his sister, Nettie, small purple bush baby, giving her a bottle of regen from his medical box. Next to her was Martin. Part of his face was burned, but he was overall all right. He could smell the scent of smoke coming off his clothing. Liam crept closer, checking him over. You think they'll be okay? Green asked softly, looking over at the boy, sadness in his eyes. They will be. We'll make sure of it, Liam promised, looking toward Jem, seeing the young woman she was tending to. She had dark brown hair and eyes, wearing a set of bunny overalls. The woman smiled gently at the boy. As Liam looked away, next to Martin, he could see Jimmy, and someone he didn't recognize from his time the previous ambush. She had long, dark, wavy brown hair, her face pale with soot, and ash smudged along her cheek. Liam could see a trickle of blood flowing from the grass by her head where a piece of debris had hit her. Who's this? Shelby? Green said quietly, looking at Nettie's singed fur. Martin told me she was here to help organize some trades. Liam nodded, looking back toward the buildings, seeing the 3 soldiers retreat, the YouTubers chasing them before they disappeared into the trees. 3 YouTubers? Excuse me. The 3 YouTubers turned back toward and came toward them. They're all their protectors. Santiago and the others tried to protect the YouTubers, Green said with a sigh. Wanted me to get the others out before I came back for him. So they're okay then? Liam frowned, looking toward the charred door with concern. So long as they get out before the building collapses. Green shook his head. Liam could see tears in the hermit's eyes. They stumbled to his feet. He and a few others were the only ones who survived. No. Liam's eyes widened, just as he heard movement by the building. Liam could see a few YouTubers. Each of them were carrying an unconscious cause member over their shoulders. As the YouTubers approached, well, Shelby! One of the YouTubers who had stood at his side against the men exclaimed when the 3 of them made it to them. Whatever. Is she okay? Yeah, Martin got her and Jimmy out, Green said weakly, his eyes looking over at the other YouTuber coming toward them. He had bright blue hair and wore a rainbow shirt. A white rainbow shirt with a similar light blue jean jacket. Santiago? The YouTuber holding the man nodded as he gently lifted the man and laid him on the floor. The two YouTubers with him did the same with their bundle. I don't name them. They could be whoever they want. One of them could be Joey. I don't care. One of them could be Joey. I do not care. Their bundle. Liam swallowed. Seeing Santiago wasn't much better than the rest of the group they pulled out. Should be fine with the right care. It's a good thing we have the best time, Jem said brightly with a smile. Thanks, Scott. The YouTuber, Scott, nodded, his eyes meeting the boys. You must be Liam, then. The girls have told us quite a bit about you. It's me. Liam stood after covering Shelby's injury. So you guys weren't badly hurt? Fortunately, Scott breathed out a sigh. Then again, we've got good fighters here. Like Jem, Pearl, myself. The YouTuber smirked. And me! The bright blue-eyed YouTuber proclaimed. His brown beard was splattered with blood. Yes, you too, Sausage. Pearl teased with a chuckle, nudging the man playfully. You guys did great. That was fun. Can we do it again? Sausage grinned. The ginger-haired man giggled. Maybe another time. Jem rose to her feet. We don't know if Stuart has any idea something's amiss. We shouldn't stay here. Where will we go? The woman, still seated beside the hermit, asked. I can answer that for you, Captain Elizabeth. The dark voice said from inside the shadow of the woods. Liam rose, feeling his blood grow cold, recognizing the voice. How did you? The woman stumbled to her feet as Jem instinctively extended her sword. The other YouTubers were at attention. I know a lot about all of you, the voice chuckled. Your strengths, your weaknesses. Then Liam heard footsteps as the man stepped into the afternoon sun. Stuart. The man stood taller than ever, his eyes burning with anger and amusement. It's such a shame things didn't go as we planned. When do they ever? The ginger-haired man demanded. We're good at foiling your plans. You're free to think that, but that doesn't mean Campbell can't pivot when he needs to. A cold smile formed on Stuart's face. Campbell has given me some backup to ensure that no one gets away from their fate. So you'll kill us, Sausage, eyes widened, by yourself. No. Stuart shook his head as Liam watched a dozen more men step out of the shadows. I'd better protect the injured. Otherwise we might get to them first. I will not show mercy. Liam extended his sword once more, stepping in front of Korean and the injured YouTubers and cause members. You're not going to touch a hair on their head if I can help it, Stuart. It's good to see you again, Liam. Stuart grinned at the boy. How have you been these last few days? Fine. Liam lifted his chin. That's all. Fine. Stuart chuckled. Even after what my leader has already taken from you? Your father? Your friends? What else will I have to add to the list? His eyes traced the area. So many innocents. Such a shame if we have to have blood on your hands. Is that what your father wanted? Is this what your father wanted? My father wanted peace, Liam said firmly. So did we. Yeah, Sausage cheered, pumping his fist in the air. It's far too late for peace, Liam James. Stuart sneered. You've never had that. Not since you first lost your mother. You know, you look so much like her. You knew my mother? Liam tensed, unease filling him. Not personally. We're enemies, after all, the man snickered. But I was there when she was tasked to protect one of your friends. I doubt you'd remember me, Joel. I was still relatively young. Phew. Joel narrowed his eyes, tightening his grip on the blade. You regret what you did. You hardly ever knew her. You even knew her, the man snorted. She was Lizzie's friend, one of her closest friends. Joel said slowly, his dark eyes hard and firm. He looked quite intimidating. You and your friends took that from her. What can I say? Mr. A does what he wants. Stuart shrugged. Same is true with Campbell now. Will you choose to stand down and surrender, and I may make your death painless? Or will you die agonizingly and uselessly against this gestures the men behind him? You forget, Stuart. We have allies of our own, Liam said confidently. We may not be many, but together we're strong. Such a shame. Stuart sighed, his eyes soft. Not sure your brother would appreciate the sacrifice. Liam watched the man pull something out of his pocket, hurling it into the air as Liam tensed, seeing three more objects contrast against the blue sky. Green behind me! The rest of you! Surround the injured! You got it, kid! Sausage said matter-of-factly, as Green snuck behind the boy. The others did as the boy asked, rushing to make a firm circle around the unconscious individuals as Stuart reappeared across from Liam, where the boy had expected him to be. The other three soldiers appearing moments later. Strategy won't save you, Liam, Stuart flashed, his gleaming white teeth. You're hopelessly outnumbered. You sure about that? Scott challenged firmly. Many of us here are good fighters. Will it be enough? Stuart raised an eyebrow. But before anyone had a chance to answer, the man bellowed, Attack! Leave no survivors! Yes, I meant to get here. Yes, I meant to get here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be.